Okay, we'll assume I'm back up again. This will be part 3. If you're watching on YouTube, this was recorded live on a live stream at ustream.tv. It's my channel name there is Inky Obsessions. If you'd like to join the live chat, come on over and click follow, and you should get notified when I go live. So, just got cut off because I exceeded my 3-hour limit. Hey, Ella. So, I do like this map, but it's not really with the color scheme of the whole thing. I think I'm going to stick with this and see how it works. I hate to cut off any of this fanciness over here, but as long as I get that much, I think I'm okay. All right, let's see what we can do. Let's play. Now let's see where I get with 8.5. Let's go. That'll do it. All right, I think that'll do it. Ha! Got it. Oops, don't get stuck in there. I've still got to cut you off, my little friend. And this goes 11.5. A little bit right there. That can work. No, what'd I do? 11.25. Oh, 11.25. Okay. Oopsie, wrong. A little shorter. Just got the flag in there. I'm going to shave just the littlest hair off of these edges to make it a little bit easier of a fit to go in. And so it doesn't buckle up on me and all that kind of stuff. Right. Perfect. Now, the question is, look at these lovely hands. Double-sided tape. Is that what I want to do? Can't remember how I did that before. I must have used double-sided tape. I don't think I want to put anything wet in there. So, where did I put my double-sided tape? There you are. All right, I'll use this bigger one. Bigger piece of paper, bigger piece of tape. Oh, don't even start with me. I don't want any wrinkles in there. I'm getting off crooked. Oh, crap. Oh well, I wanted it closer to the edge, but I can't afford to have it wrinkle up on me and cause a buckle in it, so we're just going to have to live with that. I'm telling you, this stuff is deadly. I'm going to do the same thing here. Come on. Maybe I'd be better off if I tore off a strip instead of wrestling the roll. Or not. I am not a good precision worker. Precisely why you don't see me making cards so much. Sheesh. This is the stuff that Patti sells at the Queen's Ink, and I'm telling you what, I could probably do one of those commercials where I glue my hard hat to a girder and hang underneath of it with just this tape. All right, let's put a little strip or two down here, perhaps. Which these will go down perfectly straight because I know they don't need to be. Lordy. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. Burnish these down a little bit. Make sure got all my little air bubbles, air bublés out of there. All right. Ooh, look at all the paint on my fingers getting on the glue. Luckily, hopefully, you won't see that. It's done. I love this little tool. Seen better days. It's all boogered up and rusted and everything else. Oh, I got that on my hands when I was putting the tape down. Okay, I was thinking I was getting it on there now. I was like, how the hell was that getting on there? It was already there. Already there. All right, let's see where we are. Let me see which end of this I like better. This end. So this is going to be the top. Is it crooked? It's not coming up. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Holy crap. Work with me, paper. Work with me. Don't hose me up now. All right. Get that all burnished down there. Nice and good. You would think that would be stuck, but it really wasn't. I could feel the pieces popping where it was squeezing up bubbles. Hey, Shells. All right. There's that. If I end up hating it, I'll just put another layer over to something else. So, do I want to put the map around the sides? That doesn't really match color-wise. But it is. Patti, this is going to be nice when you finish it. Oh, thanks, Ella. Could do Africa around the edges, maybe. That's a small enough design. I don't know. That's too big a design to do. This is just too loud. That's too much. I don't like that. This was my original thought, was to cut up the soccer balls and keep it like a black and white theme to kind of go with the rest of the box. Actually, I don't hate that in there. Against that. I don't hate it. I'm going to cut it and see what it looks like. I don't know. Maybe it's cheesy. I think it's cheesy. Just under 3 inches. And you got to be careful of this cut because you don't want your paper sticking up anywhere where you can over time catch it and start it to get it loose right there. You dig? That's just under 3, and this is 8.5 and a skosh. A skosh. It's a very precise measurement. I love these little strips that cutter will cut off of there. Thinking, can you tell? I'm tapping away. Okay, just under 3 and 8.5. So it doesn't matter which way we go, right? I'm not gluing yet, but let's keep rolling with that and see what we get. Just shy of 11 1/4. What did I say? Oh, over 8.5. No. 3. What the hell am I doing? 11.5. See, you got to talk to myself. A skosh under 3. What's the name of the cutter? This is a Caterpillar Pro. And I'm telling you what, it's not cheap, but it is worth the money. It's got a light over here where you can turn the switch on and light this up. So if you're using paper that's, thinner paper, you can lay it up there and you can actually see where this line is. It illuminates this. And the blade, you can't cut your hand on the blade. It's encased. And every time the blade runs up and down the edge, it sharpens itself. So it's about $100. Black paint would be classy next to the bottom design. You mean paint the sides just plain black inside? Is that what you're saying? I don't know if I'm going to have enough paper. We're going to see. I'm going to cut them all up and see what I end up with. Just under. I'm going to see where we go. Hot flash and that heater. Woo, baby. See you, Bunny. Thanks for joining. Glad you could make it. So that's just under 3 again. And this was 8.5, so it's just over 8.5. 8.5 and a skosh. All right, and then this one should be about right, a little under 3. What did I say? A little? I can't remember from one minute to the other what I'm doing here. just under 11 1/4. Okay. Just under 11 1/4. That should do it. Very precise. And that's all I got left. That worked out pretty good. All right, let's see. Oh, shit, I cut that wrong. Ah! Shit, how did I do that? Oh, my God, how did I do that? People are not paying attention, clearly. Let's see where the piece is that matches up. Nope. 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 Are you freaking kidding me? Maybe it's the other end. Nope. Must be this end. Nope. Oh, crap. There it is. There you are, you little rascal. What the hell did I do? Oh, 10, not 11. You dumbass. I'm telling you. So, I basically need just under 11 1/4. Another inch. Yep, too much talking, not enough paying attention. So I just need a little piece of regular tape. Do I even have any regular tape? Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I do. Scotch Magic brand. Oh, well. See, maybe this is God's way of telling me not to line it with soccer balls. I don't know. Let's see how that looks. Is that exactly right there when it's lined up? Yep. All right, let's see what happens. Don't anybody tell Francois. Come on. All thumbs. And no one will be the wiser. Oh, Gala, a little rascal. That is true. So, I don't know. Is it too busy? Kind of busy? Let me see what else I have that I could put in there. Ugh. Looking through my black and white stash of papers. And there we have a crash. Craft-a-lanch. Yes. Or that. Maybe that. Uh-huh. some options. I don't want it to look too corny, but I was just trying to keep with his theme of what I know he likes. All right. I got some options, and I think I have some other stripes in my collage drawer. Hang on. Where would they be? Pray tell. Here we go. Dig deep enough to find these suckers. There we go. I like stripes. Let's see. I like the Africa 1, 2, but Orler is right. You don't really see them that. No, you don't. It's just a way to finish it off inside. So there's what the soccer ball thing looks like. I think it is a little busy, I think. I don't know. But here are just vertical stripes, which I like. That stark black and whiteness, I think it kind of calms it down. Against that, I'm in favor of that. I also have the checks, which I think that's just going to be as busy as the balls. What's this? Oh, that one just fell in. Doesn't belong there. And then I have this Harlequin, which this reminds me of France for some reason. I don't know why Harlequin does that, but that's another option, right? And not this one, but this stripe. Thinking the black and white stripes. I don't know about plain black. I don't know. I think I'm going to do this. Or at least cut them up and see where we are. The stripes are like black and white one on the lid. The stripes are like the black and white on the lid. Oh yeah, what do you mean, the tiles? The little tile border? Yeah. All right, let me take these out of the picture. And I also, when I cut this short, I'm going to have an edge of the wood sticking out there. I think I need to hit that with some black, because this surface is going to be black too. So I think I'm going to take the black and hit right in here. So that's what's sticking out, not the white crap. But can you cut stripes in the right direction? I believe I can. I'm not sure what you mean, Kathy. You clearly see something that is not occurring to me that I will probably learn the hard way in a matter of minutes. So, the sides were just under 3. I gotta leave it a little skosh under 3. Right there. And I should just write this down, shouldn't I? 8. 8. 3, 8 and a half, and skosh. Never make an engineer. Scotias they'd get me out on the Scotias. Ah! Stripe selection by committee. Just under 3, and this was what, 11? Just shy of 11 and a quarter. Let's do it 11 and a quarter and not 10 and a quarter this time. Yeah, doofus. There you go. This is much thinner paper. Flimsy. This might not have to take much off of here. Just my skosh. Now, was that over or under? I'm telling you, I can't remember. It's not good. 8 and a half and a skosh. 8 and a half and a skosh. Not under. Gotta watch my skoshes. Oh, shit. I was doing the 11 side. Ah, you dumbass. Okay. Luckily, I've got more of those. I bought a bunch of these when I saw them because you know how I like to put stripes in my collages, which, by the way, I used my last ATC for a recent order, and I need to do another collage. For the love of Pete. Just under 3. I can save these scraps to punch circles out of, though, for my collages. All right, let's try this again. Just under 11. Oh, Lordy. You were saying no, no, no. I wasn't listening. Yep. Got to learn the hard way to get it drilled in my little head. Just under 11 and a quarter. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go. That's better-ish. I'm going to keep these because these will make a good punch. I could incorporate these little bits into a collage at some point. And put this piece back. All right. Ah, what the heck. So now there we are. Let's do it this way. He's a huge soccer fan. He plays semi-pro. He watches soccer all the time. Or as the Europeans say, football. So that's why I was trying to get the balls in there. So there's the soccer balls. Right? I think all the text in the background of that bottom paper kind of makes it busier. Right? And then here's the stripes. Oop. Right, stripes, balls, stripes, balls. I think I'm going to have to go with the stripes. Anybody leaning heavily towards balls? But I am going to paint the inside of this before I forget, and then I'm going to be screwed because I won't be able to get between the paper and the... I'm going to use my paint marker. Got votes for stripes and votes for the balls. Maybe I should put stripes down the sides and balls at the top. All right, this is actually acrylic paint. So I'm just going to see if this will cooperate enough with me. Just get a little. Of course, the corners are going to be the bare, aren't they? Oop. All right, not that smart. I just need that top edge. I'll have to go back with a smaller brush and get some black in the corners there. Stripes, right? Yeah, stripes are French too. The black and white, stark black and white, cafe kind of feel, if you will. All right, let me get a little brush. Oh, give me a brush. Give me a brush. Why is it always so hard to reach everything around this place? This one's gonna have to do it. I just want a little bit of black paint. Little teeny bit right there should do it. And I'm just going to paint where that brush wouldn't reach in the corner there. I'm not even going to bother with this top edge yet that the box will sit on, the lid will sit on. I'm just going to leave that like it is. And I'm going to hit that with black gesso and black paint when I get to the next step. Actually, you know what? While that's drying, I might as well hit it with one coat now. That's what I use this for. It usually works pretty good. Right. Really makes a difference when you get that ugly edge covered up. That's the only reason I wanted to do it right now, is because it was bugging me how it looked. And I'll probably have to go back and touch it up again. And I'm okay with that. Here we go. Yeah, I was thinking about that, Kathy, to put the balls inside the lid. That occurred to me. But the lid's so narrow, I mean, you wouldn't even know that it was, well, I guess you would know it was balls. You'd only see that little bit of it. We'll see. All right, be done. Got to keep paying attention to the time. Get involved in this stuff and just keep on going. Good enough. All right. Okay, come here. Let me get rid of this. This can go out of my way for now. Do I want smaller tape? Yeah, this will be all right. She says to herself, wondering if it really will be all right. I know, the black really, get rid of that ugliness that was going on there. It really makes it look more finished right away. Oh, come on now, work with me. Trying to outsmart myself this time. Keep the paper away from the sticky tape. until it's time. Put a little gooey in there. A little bit right there. Getting a little junked up around here. Yeah. I'm glad you're having fun, Gayla. That's why I'm here, for your entertainment. I feel bad that I have been so unavailable to stream for months now on a regular basis. It's just been crazy and unavoidable. I think it's leveling out, but I don't want to say it too loud. As soon as I do, it'll be hitting the fan, if you know what I mean. So, see how that little edge of the black, oops, just hit the camera. Sorry, guys. Hold on to your lunch. Thanks, Marilyn. Glad you could join for a while. See what I mean? Where the paper stops and that black, where I put that in there, see how that makes it more finished? Right, than if the white would have been hanging out of there. And the crease in the bottom, see where they don't meet just right? It's painted white. It's not just unfinished wood showing there in the crease, right? You dig? So there is occasionally a method to my madness. Thank you. I'm liking it now. Do you guys watch? I don't know why this popped into my head. You guys watch This Is Us? I love that show. Oh my gosh. So cleverly written, the way they've got all the pieces tangled together and the way they run all the timelines together for stuff. And you think you know what's maybe going on and you don't really. I like it. Dorothy, are you still on? Wanted to tell you something if you are. Wait for the chat to catch up. And now I'm trying to pay attention. Both of these ends of this one ended in white, so it doesn't really matter which way it goes here, but I'm going to tilt this up on its edge and put the white against the white over there. Okay, Dorothy, you know, a few weeks ago when I was talking about how I had that episode happen at work where my heart felt like it went boom, boom, and then like fell out of my chest. And I like skipped a breath and my eyes went a little funny, and then I was okay except for my hands sweating for about a half an hour. They were real pale and sweating. Um, I Tuesday I go see a cardiologist. So I just wanted you to know that's. I talked to my doctor about it, and she followed up and she said, "Oh, I want you to see a cardiologist." So I am going to see a cardiologist, and it has happened a few times since then. And so I couldn't get an appointment with the one I wanted to go see, my mom's doctor. Um, I had to wait till the end of March, so this one was recommended by actually my friend Jessica. That's the Zentangle teacher that's coming over in July, and she works through Hopkins, so that's who I'm going to go see. No, my sister loves it. Yeah, I really like it. And I think next week the finale for the season. I think we're going to find out what happens to Jack, how Jack dies. And I think I know from the last show what's going to happen. Yeah, the more I thought about it, about that, I thought about different things that I just blow off and keep pushing and keep going and don't pay attention to, like most of us probably do. But I mean, I notice that sometimes, like, just Dave and I will be in the kitchen cooking, not out of breath, not doing anything aerobic or, just standing there cooking, and all of a sudden I'll feel like I'm weak. Oh, wait a minute, babe, I got to go sit down for a minute. And I'm fine. I sit down and I'm fine, but it's like, if I don't sit down, I don't feel like I'm going to be able to stand there. So I don't know if that plays into it, but it has happened a few other times, not as noticeable, but so we'll see. They said they'll probably do a heart monitor and a stress test. My heart's always been really good, actually. Even through all my chemo and the Herceptin, when they have to do the nuclear test every few months to check the ejection fraction of your heart, mine was always really good. They were actually surprised that somebody of my age and being overweight and everything that my heart was that good. So, but my mother has heart issues, and my grandmother died of a massive heart attack in our front yard. So, don't want to be too stupid. Go in and get looked at. But I just want to tell you, I knew you were concerned before, and I just want to let you know that is in the works. Tuesday's the day. I told Dave when I came down, see you in 3 hours. That ship has sailed. I'm on a roll now. I want to get some of this done. And I'll probably stream again tomorrow, my regular 11 a.m. slot, because I just had to, this is my weekend to have the opportunity to do it. And I got to get it done before he leaves on the 21st. So I hope nobody with streams usually at this time. I never looked or anything. I just thought, well, I got to do this. I don't know if anybody else is streaming and you guys want to go to see whoever else it is, please feel free to go. So many people on YouTube were asking me for where's part 2 and when are you going to finish it and all this stuff. But I want to make sure I record it and get it out there. My time is limited, so I got to jump on it when I can these days. So hopefully I didn't step on anybody's toes. That was not my intention. I gotta get her done. All right. Last one. Okay, now there we go. That's what we got. I like it. And I like this painted edge. I'm glad I thought about that because that really finishes it off at the top border, right? Oh, is that making you dizzy? Woo, woo. Okay, there's that mess out of the way. Get some of this stuff out of my way. Oh crap, I put my hand in. What did I put my hand in? It's wet. Oh, sweet mother of pearl. Alright, I'm glad you did. It would be nice if you stream again tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's the only way I'm going to get this finished in time is if I stream again tomorrow while I have the chance. I got to get our taxes ready. I got laundry out the yin-yang I got to do. Well, you know, you'll do it when you do it. So, bye-bye. Well, maybe I'll use these balls on the lid. I don't know. So, let me get the lid and see how this is coming together. If I like it or not. Okay. What am I going to do to you? Little lid. Oh, see, there you go. It kind of blends in and matches that. I can live with that. But I am going to put a second coat on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. See that one in the angle? See where it looks like you see white spots? But when you turn it this way, where the silver's catching the light, you don't notice it, but it is there. It needs a second coat. So I'm going to do a second coat on that. What's going to go on my lid? I think I wanted to put the Africa stuff in there, right? I think that'll be all right if I do that. Because that's a big part of his life. I want to get that in there somewhere. And I might be able to do that, Kathy. Just use those balls there. They're already... Well, how the hell is that one too short? Oh, because the lid's bigger than this. Can't use these. Oh, no, so the balls are out. Bye-bye balls. Because I used that whole piece of paper and I only got one. So, the balls are out. I could, I guess, cut it and segment it. See, each one is shorter because the lid has to go outside of this. So each one would have to be pieced. I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't think I'm going to do that. Crapola. All right, let's put that up there. Clutter back out here. How could I have this much room and not have any room? Still a little skosh. Get that white off of there. Let's see what we got for measurements. Pick up another page when you get it. I didn't get it at Michael's. I got it at scrapbook.com. I don't know that they'd have it. That's my problem. Yeah, see, this one's 9 3/8. So I'm going to go just over 9 1/4. Just over 9 1/4, right? take another hair off of that because that's going to give me a little problem getting it in there. See? And then, how long is this way? Do you have red striped paper? No, I think is the best I got. So, not shy of 12. Wow, this is going to use almost this whole piece. 12. Right there, I think is where we need to go. Nope, another skosh. That's the ticket. That's the one right there. Okay. Let's get that one nailed down. Oh, there it is. Let's see, where the heck is my tape? That worked with the smaller pieces. Let me see if I can make that work with this one. I'm getting kind of hungry. I'm going to have to leave for survival. That's not good. I'll have to figure that out later. Bye, Fancy. Thanks for joining. This is a long one. That's for sure. Oop, 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 oop. Get off of there. Oh, you rascal. All right, this is going to be an issue. I'm going to have to cut this and let it try to lay flat and overlap a little bit. And cut it a little bit, just a hair. Skosh off of there. There we go. I took care of that. Didn't take care of that. Keep getting this corners torn off really bad on here. This one's, it must be this paper. It's just tearing off and sticking to each end. I've ripped the corners of the paper and the underside off on every one of these turns here. All right, let's do a couple down the middle. Get some stickums in there. All right. I'll put it back. Why did I do that? I'm not done with you. Sorry, guys. I haven't been looking at the chat for a minute while I was measuring and taping that. It's a tricky process. Oops, forgot to cut that. How long was that? 30 seconds ago? I forgot. It's spooky, I'm telling you. I always tell Dave, I said, man, it's a good thing you got memory left because we would be screwed. All right, now this paper, there's no right or wrong, upside or downside. It's all kind of... Look at you laying in there so pretty. See, maybe what I should have done is just paint the inside of this lid black. But I didn't, so now here we are. So, well, I guess I can line it with this. Just make that all that in there. Or, I don't want to do the stripes because those stripes aren't going to line up. Not that you'd see it, but I don't know. Would it matter? Well, I don't really have much of a choice though, do I? That's too skinny to make sense of what that is. I guess we're back to more stripes. That's what I'm thinking. Noisy. All right, let's see what the deal is here. How tight does the lid fit? There's a little bit of a play in it, Kathy. It's not going to scrape. It doesn't scrape. I mean, I guess it'll bump over time, but it doesn't really scrape. Just deciding if I wanted to do the I think I should do that on those little tiny strips, or just wrap the Africa around. Patty, do you have to protect the paper? I'm not going to do anything to the paper to cover it. Do I want to put those in there? Or just more Africa? I'm going to sneeze. Don't let me scare you because oh, excuse me, I will. Okay, just under 12. Excuse me. Just under 12. And then, how deep is this? I would have rather it been painted black. I guess I could still paint it black by laying a piece of paper down inside here and then painting it so I don't get it on the... It's not going to give me a crisp black line though. Should have painted it black before I stuck the paper down. All right, let's see what we got. So 1 inch would be good enough to leave me a little stripe outside of there. 1 inch. This 1 inch measurement goes off the edge, and it's really difficult to know that it's straight for 1 inch. Oh, The timing's off. Hair off of that. Another skosh. So there's what it would look like with the Africas wrapped around it. That doesn't look bad, actually. And then let's do, how big is this? Just shy of 12. That might do it. Let's see what this looks like. So there's the stripes. And there's the Africa. Stripes. Africa. Only thing with painting it now, Debbie, is that it's right up against that paper on the inside of the lid, and it's going to be really hard to get a straight bead on there. Let's do it next to this. See, the stripes kind of tie it together, right, when the lid's off, and you see that. I don't know. I think I might tie it together with the stripes. Either way, I got to paint this edge in here black. So I'm going to do that while I'm thinking. I think this is my one that's running low. I'm going to put a black edge in, in there. Like I did on the bottom. So when I cut the paper a little shy, I got a border. This is still a little gooey over here. Can I get enough out of that to get in those corners? Maybe. All right. I'm going to hit the sides of this while I'm at it. Whew. I might have to take a break. I'm getting a little angry. But watch how this just puts a frame on it and makes it look So much better. This is hard on this brush tip, but this one's almost empty anyway. And I have a backup, of course. All right. All right, that's better with just the edges being black. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that'll tie it together. All right, let me hit this with a heat gun. Heat gun! Patty, how are you doing on Weight Watchers? Oh, not so good, Linda. I haven't, because of all the stuff that happened with illness and death and birth and mojo surgery, all kind of things, has hosed me up for weeks in a row, weeks and weeks, maybe a couple months almost in a row, that I wasn't able to make meetings. I didn't run off the rail with what I was doing as much as I thought I had, because when I went back, I gained like 0.2 or 0.6 or something after weeks of not going and not really, just trying to I wasn't counting points. I was just kind of winging it. Whatever I did, I did. And I know I cheated some in there. But I was pleased with that. So apparently it's taught me to make better choices that I'm not conscious of that I'm actually doing. But I got to get back. I just said to Dave the other day, I said, I'm running off the rails here. I got to get back on it. Last time I was doing it, I was completely focused. And when I had, they had cookies at work or something, I'd say, no thanks, and walk away. Now it's like, yeah, what the hell, a cookie or two? That wouldn't hurt. So now I'm just going to take a little brush. I'm going to hit these with a coat of this varnish, and then I'm going to take a break because I got to go get something to eat, or it's going to be curtains for me. And we're going out later too, so I got to figure out. I heard the guy call Dave. Figure out what's going on there. Touch base with my husband. All right, so this is I really like this, the Delta Ceram Coat Varnish. This is the gloss. Am I getting that? No. Come on, there you go. Gloss Interior Delta Ceram Coat. Right? That, I really like the finish it puts on. I'm going to put some of that out on my little paper palette. And I'm going to start varnishing all the tiles except for the glass, the metal ones, those. I'm not going to varnish those. I'm going to varnish everything else. But I'm going to be mindful when I get to this red colored stuff. Some of that pigment, even though it's on there pretty good, it might lift off when the wetness of this varnish hits it. So I've got to be mindful and wipe my brush off in between before I make these tiles that have white in them come up kind of red. And so we shall begin. So I'll bring you in a little bit closer. I mean, it's not much to see, really. I've got too much crap on here to get you in the frame. But I'm just going to put a nice, thin, even coat on each tile, and it really gives you a nice finish. I don't know, I just, jump from tile to tile. This, the platinum silver pigment that's on these pencils right here, it doesn't seem to move much. I'm going to avoid those. They got to finish on them. I don't need to do that. I'm going to go down here and do this one. And some of these with a lot of texture, they're a little trickier to get down in those holes. You got to kind of pounce it a little bit, and it'll pull up here and there. And I'll go back and try to get the blobs out of there best as I can, but it's going to dry clear, so it's not that huge of a deal. Go on this foil one. Hit that little black one. And now I'm going to hit this red one, and I'm going to see if any pigment comes up. Which it may. That one's got some deep grooves in it. I usually don't futz this much on one that's got the pigment, colored pigment on it, because I don't want to lift it up, but I want to get those puddles out that kind of formed in there. And not much came off of that, actually. So that's pretty good. All right, I'm going to get the Arsenal stamp here. This one's going to be a pain because it's very deep grooves in this one. It's groovy. I'll have to remember to bring that purple and teal one down here when I come back, which probably is going to be tomorrow. And show you, well, this will be dry by then. I think I can show you what this looks like dried. It's really a nice finish. It's not like crazy glossy where it looks like glass, but it's not flat either. It's kind of a tweener. It's kind of in tween. I don't know what that was running in the background, but that was rather loud. You guys hear that hum that just cut off? And I just kind of jump from tile to tile and try to make sure I do it methodically enough that I don't miss anything. You can pretty much see if you did. You just look at it at an angle and see what still looks wet. Checkerboards. I didn't get as many checkerboards as in here as I wanted. Mainly because I made them and then they burnt. And then I didn't remember to make more. And then I started gluing the rascal together and thought, oh crap, I don't have my checkerboards. I like to break the pattern up with that. Yes, I do. All right, let's see what we can do on this one here. Yep, that one didn't. I see a tiny trace of the little bit of redness there where I wiped my brush off. I wanted to get this on before I quit so it can dry and cure overnight so I can handle it again tomorrow. This is very soothing. It's kind of a zen thing. kind of zone out painting away, which means, of course, I'm not looking at the chat at all. Hopefully nobody's asking me very important questions because I was paying no attention to my friends in the box. These that are deeply etched like that, you gotta kind of had them like cross hatching it to get down in all those little, you go this way and you miss the one angle and you have to go cross hatch and drag your brush the other direction to get it to hit all the little bits. Oh, see what I did? I didn't go by here and do that. And I had a little trace of pink showing up on there. Get that off. There we go. All right, let's see. I'm going to do this one. I like those Harlequins too. That's one of my rubber stamp sets. All right. And I like a little flat brush for doing this because everything's here squared off pretty much. So it kind of helps aiming for where you really want to hit the stuff. I need to go get those legs tonight. I need to email Vinny about the wine cork. Or maybe if I could just get a cork that's on a French wine that maybe have some wording on it for France, or an Eiffel Tower one. That would be cool, wouldn't it, if it had an Eiffel Tower on it? I'm going to have to email Vinny. Maybe I should do it tonight so he can drink the bottle this evening and save me the cork. That goes pretty quick, actually, for as tedious as it is. You don't have to be too precise as I say that and get it on that glass tile that I don't want it on because I want it to be shiny. Shiny glass tile. Oh, this is gloss varnish, so maybe it wouldn't really matter. I don't know. Alright. About halfway. Oh, you'll just have to drink the bottle for it. I know. It's all about art. That's what we did last year, if I remember. Drink the wine while you're arting. Some more than others. All right. Get this tribal dude here. He's got a lot of little designs here that are catching little puddles of this stuff. Yep, that's staying down there pretty good. Some of the other pigments that I've used, I noticed some of the blue ones seem to pick up, maybe because they're the same. They're all primary elements. Um, well, most of them are. The silver one's not. The silver one is that Mona Lisa platinum that they don't make anymore. Just shoot me in the heart. I found a website that looked like they had it, and I kept trying to put it in my cart, and I'd get all the way to checkout and say, "Oh, we don't have any." But if you can find it when you're shopping, grab it because it is yummy stuff. And if you don't want it, grab it for me. Ugh, I'll be happy to buy it from you. Let's see, where are we over here? Mr. Soccer Ball, gotta get you. And this little tribal rascal right there. I love using that stamp. That's still my favorite. Using that one stamp called Jambalaya, what's the name of it? And then cutting it against the grain instead of each tile that's formed with the stamp, cutting it against so you get a little slice of each of them. Oops. Make sure I wipe that off before I go to this white tile. Oh, crap, I got it on the glass. None on the glass. There we go. That's better. That's mo better. This one you really got to crosshatch and get down there. That's a deep impression in that design. Just want a little bit between that glass and that ceramic tile. I'm going to try to go around this key that's embedded in this red tile. It's funny, I had this, I don't know when I made this and put that key in. Oh, that'll make the key cool one I'm going to put on the side, kind of tie that in, which means nothing. It'll just, I'll know it ties in. But I don't even remember why I made that tile and had that color on it. I can't remember another project I did that color and put a key in it. I do not recall. Did you remember to not cover the matte piece since you want to color it in? Now I'm going to do one on the side, I think. I'm not going to risk screwing up the paint on here, which is highly likely. I'm going to try to put one on the side of the box somehow, or maybe on the inside of the box. But I'm not going to, if I would have thought about it and planned ahead, I could have tried to paint one and then added it to the box. But now that it's there, I don't dare risk that because I'm not that good. at a steady hand with stuff like that. If I hose up something on there now, I'm going to shoot myself. I don't remember if I did that silver one or not. Hard to tell. Patty, the towels are really interesting. Oh, thanks, Gala. Hopefully, the knucklehead will realize the significance. I say that lovingly when I call him a knucklehead. Almost done. Dave had a little minor, I don't know if it's called surgery or procedure, had a toenail removed, a big toe, yesterday. Yesterday? No, Thursday. And had to stay home from work yesterday. And he was hoping he could go in today because they're on an overtime project. But he said, I don't think I should be putting on a shoe and standing on it all day. So he skipped that. And that's still chemo screwing with both of us. Both of us had the same problem with after chemo with our toenails. Well, I lost all my toenails during chemo, except for the big ones. They all grew back eventually, um, and looked pretty normal, but the big ones turned black, like solid, like as if I painted them with black toenail polish. And his did the same thing. Now he went through chemo before I met him. Um, I was going through chemo when I met him, as you guys know. But the same thing happened to us. I guess it happens to everybody, where it's rapidly reproducing cells, so it's not just your hair, but it's your nails too that get screwed up. So I've had my one big toenail removed twice because it was growing back, lifted up off of the quick and was hollow underneath of it, and then the sides were growing into the meat of my toe like an ingrown toenail would, and very painful. And that's kind of what was happening to Dave again. He's had one completely cauterized, uh, where there's no nail left. It's just skin on the end of one of his toes. The nail's gone. This time they cut about half because they cut it down to where the nail looked good and removed all that. So it's just exposed quick there for now. And so he's been trying to stay off his feet a little bit. Why did I start talking about that? There was probably something in there that mattered, but I don't remember now why I brought that up. All right. See, Orla, now that you said that, I'm looking at this one last Togo tile here, thinking, should I dare try it? I don't think so. Like I said, I'm not that good. I'm not sure what I'm going to paint it with to try to stay in those lines. Do I want to try to paint that one on there? I shouldn't do that. It's kind of out of the way, too. I'd probably have done it in the middle one. That's all right. Let me stick with my original plan. Did that come out colored on there? No, that's not bad. Okay. All right, now I just kind of tilted around the light to see if I missed any, which I usually do. Did I get that white one? Yeah. I think I got them all. You know. All right. Okay. Here we go. Here's where we ended up. I don't know if you can see. It's not dried yet, so you don't get the really true look of it until it's dried. But anyway. My arms aren't long enough. All right, there we go. Sheesh, it's big. Huh. Okay, I'm going to let this sit and cure overnight. And if there are no impending disasters that I'm not aware of yet, I will be back here at 11 a.m. tomorrow, which don't forget tonight, your clocks go forward 1 hour. So in the U.S. anyway, that's what we do. So don't forget to align with you guys.
Call from Suffolk Gail.
Oh, that's my girlfriend Gail that's supposed to come over. Huh, good timing for me to get off. She's probably calling to say she's on her way over. So anyway, we'll finish this tomorrow, but it will, what was 11 a.m. will be now 12, right? It's going to be 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm trying to align with the UKers because they don't move up just yet. So we're going to be off an hour from you guys. So you can't find the pencil stamp, Dorothy? Did you try Lost Coast Designs? Try looking in their border stamps. The fellow I met in Boca when you were here. For the box, Eileen? I don't think you met him. It's Francois. He's a very handsome, lightly complected black guy. About 6'3" or 6'4". I don't think you met him. I remember a couple of the other ones that you met, but I'm not sure if Francois went by or not. He may have. He's all over the place. Very handsome dude. You'd have known him if you saw him. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna cut this and catch you on the flip. It's gonna take me a minute to save my video before I stop here. Stop recording.